Story begins during a storm. Thunder roars, lightning strikes, and rivers of blood flow beneath a dark sky. Amidst the corpses, a beautiful girl stands with a dagger. She smirks and says, "Qing Feng, you're still standing? Even under the hundredfold aging effect? You managed to clear the ancestral god's ruin." She continues, "But even if you did, this divine artifact, Eye of Judgment, is mine now." Qing Feng, barely standing and severely wounded, coughs blood and asks, Why would you betray me now? I'm your brother." But she coldly replies, "You? My brother? You're just adopted. We don't even share the same blood." Suddenly, another man appears behind her, Song Fei. The moment she sees him, her expression softens. "Brother Song Fei," she squeals. Song Fei sneers at Qing Feng. "Thanks, Qing Feng. Without you, we'd never have gotten this divine artifact." Then he yanks out Qing Feng's eyes and says, "This soul-stealing blade in your body? It drains your entire lifespan in one strike." Qing Feng grits his teeth and screams, "Qin Xiu, after our parents died, I raised you. I supported you through school. When this game merged with our world, I risked my life over and over to protect you." His sister replies, "Exactly. Ever since our parents died, you've been controlling my life like a boss. But now, thanks to this artifact, I don't need your protection anymore." Song Fei lunges with his blades and says, "Now die peacefully. I'll take good care of your sister." Qing Feng shouts, "Even if I die here, I won't let you leave." But in the next moment, Song Fei slashes his head off. Flashback to the year 2025. The game God Forsaken merged with the real world. Anyone who fell into deep sleep was transported into the game. The only currency? Lifespan. Kill monsters to gain life. Die, and you lose it. Strong players could use their lifespan to bring game powers into the real world. People could tear tanks apart with bare hands, slice planes in half with swords, and even survive nuclear blasts. The world plunged into chaos. Qing Feng and his sister struggled to survive. After enduring countless hardships, he finally reached the top 100 global powerhouses and conquered the god's ruin, earning the Eye of Judgment artifact. But what was the price of his success? Betrayal from his own family. Qing Feng's regrets. His love and protection were seen as interference. His struggles only paved the way for someone else's success. If he had a second chance, he'd live only for himself. Suddenly, moonlight breaks through darkness. Qing Feng awakens in bed. He touches his neck, checks his phone, and mutters, "Wait, I died, right? Why does it say 2025? He looks outside. The city lights shine. I've gone back in time, 9 years, to the day when God Forsaken descended. Morning comes. His sister, in her school uniform, kicks open the door. "Qing Feng, you're home? Then why didn't you pick up my call?" Qing Feng, calmly sipping coffee, recalls, "The day the game came, I had a big fight with her over that scumbag, Song Fei." He remembers how she used to be obsessed with Song Fei, a glamorous underground idol who exploited and scammed countless women. To protect her, Qing Feng tried to keep her away, but she accused him of controlling her life. Back in the present, she yells at Qing Feng again. "My brother Song Fei dropped in the rankings this month, and it's your fault for not giving me money." Slap. Qing Feng slaps her so hard she falls back, bloodied and stunned. He says coldly, "I'm not in the mood to argue with you anymore. Here," throws a credit card. "This money was left for you by our parents. I've never touched a single cent, but today, I'm done. From now on, I, Qing Feng, have no sister like you. He walks out, leaving her crying behind. In another room, Qing Feng reflects. In my past life, I missed countless opportunities protecting her. But now, without her burden, I wonder how far I can go. He takes sleeping pills to enter the game once again. Inside the game, he arrives at the career choice hall. Last time he spent hours choosing the warrior class to protect his sister. But now, he needs speed, agility, and independence. He chooses assassin. As soon as Qing Feng clicks on the assassin class, a system notification appears. The divine artifact Eye of Judgment has bonded with you. He freezes, staring at the message. Suddenly, a giant glowing eye appears behind him in the void. Eye of Judgment activated. You have unlocked a unique passive ability, Authority of Judgment. This passive skill means whenever he enters the game, he will automatically receive the highest tier profession and talent. Qing Feng mutters in shock. So the Eye of Judgment bonded with me on its own. Is this because I was reborn? But before he can process it, dark spikes shoot up from beneath him and stab into his body. Darkness swirls around him like a storm pulling him in. What is happening is the eye trying to merge with me. His scream echoes as the void swallows him completely. Congratulations, you have unlocked a hidden profession. Synchronization in progress. Synchronization complete. A hand bursts out from the darkness. You are now a shadow. The shadows explode outward, revealing Qing Feng Reborn. His hair has turned white. Shadowy energy coils around him like a second skin. He takes a breath, feeling the overwhelming power coursing through him. So this is the high-tier hidden profession for assassins. It's completely different from the warrior path I chose in my past life. He clenches his fists, staring at his own hands. Every profession has a small chance of evolving into a hidden class. But my Authority of Judgment guarantees that chance. Just what kind of power is this? Suddenly, he floats into the air. A massive eye opens in the sky behind him. Authority of Judgment is the supreme force in this universe. Even Primal Order cannot suppress it. You cannot yet use its active abilities, but all passive effects are now unlocked. Qing Feng's expression hardens. In my past life, no one discovered the power of order until year 7. But I've already gained access from the very start. If I reach the realm of order and unlock its full power, I'll become unstoppable. Profession change complete. Please choose your alias. He thinks for a moment, then smiles. If I was born from the shadows, then from now on, my name is Shadow. Alias confirmed Shadow. Now entering God-forsaken land, game warns. This land is filled with deadly monsters. Kill to earn lifespan. If you die, you lose half your life. After Qing Feng, now known as Shadow, enters Shelltown, a notification appears. You have entered a safe zone. No monsters will spawn here. Players cannot attack each other. Lifespan loss rate is 1x, same as real-world time. Around him, chaos fills the air. Players are being teleported in one after another, many of them injured, panicked, and screaming. Someone yells, "Where is this place? Are we dead? Why are we here?" Another shouts, "That monster just wiped out half our team in one bite. Even after attacking with everything we had, we only reduced a third of its health." Someone cries out, "My lifespan. I lost half of it in that fight." A group starts to panic around a girl named Sister Lee. She holds her head and says, "What do we do now? How do we survive?" Shadow looks around silently. He notices a girl with a bow and water magic aura. She seems to have a hidden class too. Interesting. The girl walks up to him with a smug smile. "Big brother, looks like you've got a hidden class as well. Do you want to join our team? The monsters out there are seriously dangerous. You can't handle them alone." Shadow replies calmly, "No need." He turns and starts walking away. The group behind him bursts out in laughter and taunts. Who does he think he is? Pretending to be cool. If 5 of us couldn't beat a level 1 monster, what will he do alone? Someone adds, even if he can't win, at least he'll run away with his hidden class advantage. The girl checks his status screen. His alias appears. Shadow. She narrows her eyes. Shadow, huh? Acting all mysterious. Let's follow him. Maybe we'll learn something. Or maybe we'll get to see him die. Our MC has now set out on a monster hunt, and that same girl is secretly following him. She tells us that this land, said to be granted by the gods, is extremely peaceful and dangerously quiet. She doesn't know how she ended up here, but thanks to years of gaming experience, she quickly formed a new group. Still, the very first monster they encountered after leaving the beginner village completely wiped out their team. It wasn't an enemy that level 1 players like them could handle. While chasing the MC, they begin to wonder about him. Even his starting weapon is different. She only got a dagger, but he has a short blade. Not only that, his speed is faster than hers, even though she's an assassin and her agility should be the highest. His outfit is also completely different from theirs. Watching him, the girl thinks this shadow guy must be a very unusual player. She believes following him might lead to some good information. When the MC looks back at them, the girl quickly hides behind her teammate. She whispers, "Did he notice us?" That's when we see the MC use one of his abilities, Shadow Sneak. He disappears into the shadows and vanishes. The others come out and start wondering where he went. He vanished into thin air. Must be some stealth skill. Maybe a beginner skill that grants invisibility. But they also question if it's too overpowered and what kind of class he actually has. Meanwhile, the MC stands a little distance away, listening to their every word. The group decides to return to town, admitting their lifespans are already halved. They want to find ways to improve, maybe discover hidden rewards, treasure chests, or NPCs. Our MC, however, is currently using 2 skills, Shadow Sneak and Shadow Majesty. Shadow Sneak is a basic stealth skill that makes him invisible for a short duration. Attacking breaks the stealth, but the first strike after breaking it deals increased damage. Shadow Majesty boosts the duration of stealth and upgrades its level. The MC realizes that not even monsters can spot him easily at this early stage of the game. A normal assassin can be detected easily, but his Shadow class gives him a unique stealth mastery, making him nearly impossible to detect, even by monsters. He smirks at the naive players still wasting time in the beginner town. It's only meant to be a shelter, not a place to grow stronger. Then he leaves. A little later, the MC says his stealth is ending. Its duration isn't very long, but the good thing is the cooldown starts immediately upon activation, so he just needs to wait a few more seconds to activate it again. For the first time, we get a look at the MC's stats. His codename is Shadow. He's level 1. Earlier, when he was asked to choose an alias, it must have meant codename. His stats show Non-tradable lifespan 75 years, tradable lifespan 0, strength 10 plus 3, constitution 10 plus 3, agility 10 plus 8, and spirit 10 plus 5. He explains that all players start with base stats of 10, and their class provides different bonuses. In his past life as a warrior, he got bonus points in strength and constitution, but this time, his shadow class boosted all his stats, especially agility. He has 5 free attribute points. Most players invest them in strength or spirit to boost physical and magical attack power, but that's a big mistake. The MC puts all 5 into agility and says, in early game, agility is everything. No matter how much you boost your stats early on, monsters deal overwhelming damage to players. The only way to kill monsters without getting hit is to increase speed through agility. That's when he hears a strange growling noise. He spots a weird monster hiding behind a tree, glowing from within. The monster's stats reveal it's a level 1 crawler, normal grade, and currently in an evolving state. The MC realizes this must be the same monster that killed the 4-player team. The crawler notices him and attacks like a maniac, but the MC had already calculated this. He sees that the crawler still has some damage left from the previous battle, meaning the other group at least managed to reduce its health a little. The MC explains that these monsters absorb players' lifespan when they die, and once they gather enough, they can evolve. The crawler charges at him, but the MC dodges using his high agility. As light and shadows swirl around him, he disappears into the shadows right before the crawler's eyes. The confused crawler looks around but sees nothing. Above it, the shadows move and the MC reappears midair, breaking stealth and launching a sneak attack. In one powerful strike, he kills the monster. A notification appears. You dealt 174 damage. You killed a level 1 crawler. You gained 10 experience points. The MC is surprised he managed a one-shot kill. He knew a next strike would be a critical hit. Another notification explains the backstab mechanic. If you attack from a direction where the enemy can't see you, your damage doubles. So, since the MC broke stealth, hit a weak spot, and used a backstab, his damage was boosted multiple times. He then recalls his previous life, when even with a critical hit, he could barely deal 40 damage to a crawler. It would take him ages to kill one, often risking his own life. But now, he absorbs the energy from the crawler. A notification pops up. You gained 9 days of tradable lifespan, and 54 years, 155 days of non-tradable lifespan. Tradable lifespan can be exchanged while non-tradable cannot. The MC guesses that since 5 people died, each leaving behind 20 to 30 years of lifespan, the crawler absorbed it all, and now he received 54 years. He notes that non-tradable lifespan isn't useful for now. Just then, another notification appears. Your Eye of Judgment authority has been activated. You have gained a new talent, Endless Infinity Evolution. It's a primer talent. Whenever you hunt monsters alone, you have a chance to gain evolution points. These points can be used to upgrade skills. Every 24 hours, you'll receive 5 evolution points, and defeating a boss monster guarantees points. The MC is ecstatic. Infinite evolution? I can upgrade my skills? I've never heard of this even in my past life. He recalls that in his previous life, killing a monster only gave you skills through drop items, but those skills could never be leveled up. But now, he decides to upgrade Shadow Sneak and Backstab first. A notification shows he consumed 4 evolution points and successfully upgraded the skills. Shadow Sneak evolved from normal to bronze rank. Its duration increased from 12 to 16 seconds. Breaking Stealth now deals 90 damage instead of 60. Cooldown reduced from 28 to 26 seconds. Backstab, once an inferior passive skill, is now a normal grade skill. Its attack damage from behind has increased from plus 10% to plus 15%. Overjoyed, the MC starts shouting about his skills. He says Shadow Sneak now lasts at least 16 seconds, and with Shadow Majesty doubling that, it's 32 seconds. With such a long stealth duration, he can be permanently invisible and even one-shot a full HP crawler. Just then, someone behind him says, "Whoa, look at that skinny guy. He soloed a monster." A couple appears behind the MC. The girl is praising the guy next to her a bit too much, and he confidently tells her not to worry, he'll protect her. Suddenly, the MC notices something. Above them, on a tree, many spider eyes are watching. One of them says, "Hey man, you seem like you're struggling alone. Want me to carry you?" But the MC turns to the monster, mumbles "Nutter," and disappears into the shadows. The girl, confused, says, "He disappeared right in front of us." The guy laughs. "He must have run off after seeing my muscles." But what they don't know is that above their heads, danger is already there. A spider-like monster is approaching. They turn and are terrified. It's a level 1 spider of normal grade, known as a nutter. But the MC knows this isn't just any spider. Nutters are beginner-level boss monsters with over 1600 HP and command small spiders as minions. The one they see now is a minion of that boss monster. As the MC watches, the big spider finishes off the couple. Then he says, "Perfect. Now let's test my upgraded skills." He breaks stealth and attacks the spider's face. It screams, purple blood gushing out. The MC quickly sneaks back into hiding. A notification says, "You dealt 338 damage. You hit a weak point." The MC hides behind a tree, having taken only 9 damage. He thinks, "Good thing my agility is so high. If I took one direct hit, I'd be dead instantly." Laughing internally, he reflects on the amazing feeling of doing over 300 damage. The spider is now severely injured and goes on a rampage, destroying everything around. The MC realizes these monsters are intelligent. They won't just stand still and get hit. This spider is attacking randomly to detect his position. The minions are also now alert. He can't just jump in anymore. But if his guess is right, the spider is going wild, smashing everything. Suddenly, a small attack strikes its belly, a weak point. Another 300 damage hit. The MC confirms his theory. His main damage output comes from stealth ambush, strike bonus, and class skill enhancement. Even throwing a stone can trigger solo damage output. He throws another stone and says, "All I have to do is wait for Shadow Sneak's cooldown and throw a stone 1 second before it ends." He does just that. The next stone hits the spider's face again, causing 289 damage. It was also a weak point hit. The MC hides again, preparing to reactivate Shadow Sneak. Meanwhile, in town, everyone is gathered and talking when an announcement plays. Leaderboard update. Player Shadow has killed a nutter and reached level 2. He is the first in this town to do so. A leaderboard window appears showing Shadow at the top. Everyone is shocked. What the hell? A solo kill? I died twice already and don't even know what's going on. Who is this pro? People ask if anyone knows him. Even the arrogant girl's team is present. Her teammates ask if she recognizes the name. She replies, "Yes, that's the same shadow guy who went out alone." They're shocked he reached level 2 so fast. How did he kill a boss? We couldn't even handle a regular mob as a team. Elsewhere, the couple who had been killed earlier wonders aloud, did someone kill that spider? There were lots of small spiders with it too. Who is this shadow? The girl says, is he that hiding assassin from before? A notification pops up. You killed a bronze-ranked nutter. You gained 300 XP. Congratulations, you are now level 2. You received 2 evolution points. Celltown's leaderboard has been unlocked. You earned 1 reputation point. A system-wide announcement has been made. The MC then extracts lifespan from the giant spider. He notes that when the boss spider died, the minions fled in fear. If I'd killed the minions first, I would have gained more XP. Another notification reveals the loot. 46 years of tradable lifespan and a skill book. Greedy Hand. It's a bronze rank skill for assassins, requiring level 1. It gives a 20% chance to get extra loot when used on dead monsters. He also receives another bronze rank corrosive item and 2 infinity evolution points. Looking at all the rewards, the MC's eyes lock onto the skill book. Greedy Hand. The description confirms it's an assassin-exclusive skill with potential for great loot. He's thrilled. I never imagined a bronze boss could drop such a god-tier assassin skill. Don't get confused by god tier, it's still bronze tier, but extremely valuable for assassins. He thinks about upgrading the skill using evolution points to push it toward god tier. He says this skill greatly increases the loot drop, especially in the late game. Right now, it's the early game, meaning the game has just started. The middle game begins once guilds are formed, and after that comes the late game. And during the late game, there are intense fights over resources. MC says this greedy hand will help him a lot later on. Now, whenever he defeats a powerful boss monster, he'll get 20% extra loot. He recalls that in his past life, there was a guy in the Godslayer guild who also had this skill. Even though his combat power was average, he became one of the most sought-after players in the game. Everyone wanted to add him to their party, and he always moved around with personal bodyguards. But suddenly, an idea strikes him. He says, wait a minute, even if the activation says only a 20% boost, what if I combine it with my unlimited evolution talent? That means he could endlessly increase his drop rate and loot quality. Then the scene shifts to an area with buildings that looks like a college. MC's sister is walking with her friend. Her friend says, aren't you going to call your brother and apologize? We skipped the secret exam yesterday just to support Sang Fei. Your brother must be really angry. Sayu responds angrily, I didn't do anything wrong, so why should I apologize? If it weren't for him, we would have reached the entrance on time. We wouldn't have missed it at all. It was entirely his fault. If anyone needs to apologize, it's him. Her friend replies, really? But sometimes he treats you so well. I actually feel jealous that you have such a great brother. Sayu snaps back. Because of him, my life has become a living hell. He interferes in everything I do. And anyway, he's not even my real brother. Just the word brother is enough for me. Trying to change the topic, her friend asks, by the way, what happened to your face? Sayu replies, oh, I slipped and fell. Suddenly, they notice a big crowd ahead. Her friend says, why is there such a huge crowd in front of our classroom? They push through to see what's happening. Inside, a boy is lying almost invisible on a desk. His nearby friends are trying to lift him, but he isn't moving. Sayu's friend asks another classmate, what happened? Why does Sang Wei look half-transparent? The classmate replies, I'm not exactly sure, but Brother Wang said he was just taking a short nap. But when we looked back, he had turned semi-transparent. Another student says, "This isn't the only case. The internet is full of similar incidents. People around the world are experiencing this. Some experts say that as soon as you fall asleep, you enter a half-transparent phantom-like state. But no one knows why it's happening." Sayu's friend says, "I need to call my parents and warn them. Sayu, you should call your brother too, just in case." Sayu angrily says, as if I've ever contacted him before. It'd be better if he just dies like this. Wow, she's really toxic. Every time she opens her mouth, it's just venom. Meanwhile, the MC gets a notification. His greedy hand skill has successfully evolved from brown rank to gold rank. It's still an assassin-type special skill. Previously, it had a 20% chance of giving extra loot, but now the chance has increased to 70%. Another notification pops up. He's learned Greedy Hand Level 2. For now, that's what it seems like. If anything else changes, he'll find out later. Suddenly, his hand starts to transform. Light begins to glow around it. Many rings form on his fingers, and strange letters appear on his wrist. He gets 2 more notifications. He has successfully activated Greedy Hand. He uses it on the nearby boss monster and gains 2 evolution points and 46 days of tradable lifespan. He gets really excited and shouts, "Not bad! I got 2 more evolution points. I need 3 points to reach Greedy Hand plus 3. Good. Soon I'll get 100% extra loot." Then, using Shadow Sneak, he vanishes and says, "By now, the world government must have found out about this situation. A tsunami of players will soon flood into the game. I need to speed up my progress." He equips all usable gear for now, including a brown rank cross dagger that increases attack power by 35 and agility by 4, with only level 1 requirement. While walking in stealth mode, he says, "It won't take long for the government to realize that skills and equipment can be brought into the real world from this game. When that happens, there will be chaos, greed, and disasters worldwide. To bring items out of the game, 2 conditions must be met. You must be level 10 and have enough tradable lifespan. But grinding through small monsters will take too long. He needs to hunt stronger bosses." Suddenly, he hears voices from a distance. "Dodge quickly!" These sound like battle cries. Curious, he rushes toward the source. He reaches a cliff, not too deep, just something he could easily jump down from. He sees a group fighting a monster, a level 2 brown grade sprint predator. Seeing it, he thinks, this is perfect timing. He spots a familiar face. Wang Ming? I didn't expect to run into him here. The rumors were true. People said Wang Ming built a full team of hidden class players when he first joined the game. All 6 were hidden class users. Wang Ming steps forward, holding his shield, and shouts, "Holy barrier!" A glowing golden shield forms around him that the monster can't break. MC thinks, his hidden class must be Holy Shield Warrior. He has double the stats of a regular warrior and the innate skill, Invincibility. The team's fire mage attacks with a fireball, dealing 70 damage. MC recognizes this class too, Prophet, a hidden class mage with double damage and an inbuilt prophetic fireball. Then he looks at the archer and the priest. The archer is a hidden class called Sharp Eye Shooter, with double stats and a built-in rapid shot skill. The priest is an oracle priest with twice the healing power of a regular priest and group healing as a starting skill. The archer rains arrows on the monster, but none hit. The monster dodges every single one. The predator then breaks Wang Ming's shield with a powerful hit. The archer says, "Damn, this monster's way too fast. None of my arrows are landing." Wang Ming falls to his knees. The priest heals him as he yells, "Healers, keep me alive! Everyone else keep attacking. We'll bring it down slowly." MC watches and thinks, he's seriously trying to chip away its health slowly? That's optimistic. But he forgot one thing. This is a wild area. Prolonged battles will attract other monsters. And that's exactly what happens. More monsters appear. MC identifies one as a level 2 corruptor, a regular monster covered in brown slime that performs ranged attacks. Just then, a sword-wielding man rushes past Wang Ming and warns, "Boss, watch out." He attacks, but when his sword hits the monster, his hand turns gooey like slime. MC thinks, "Damn, another hidden class. I've never seen this one before." His sword only deals 33 damage. He's shocked and says, "Its defense is insanely high." Suddenly, the slime monster spits goo from its mouth all over the sword guy and the mage, making them both shout in disgust. One of them yells, "Crap! It's groundbind! Our movement speed is reduced!" The mage girl screams for help. Instantly, our MC vanishes into the shadows and appears right next to the monster, slicing its neck in one clean shot. Everyone notices. "Whoa! What just happened? He one-shot the corruptor!" The monster dissolves into life energy. The mage girl, whose life MC just saved, shouts, "Who did that? Someone's helping us!" The swordsman says, "It usually takes all of us 10 seconds to kill even a level 1 crawler. But that was a level 2 corruptor. How's that possible?" Just then, another monster's head is sliced off with 441 damage. Everyone's shocked. "That was an instant kill!" The swordsman turns to the mage girl. "Did you see who it was?" She shouts, "No!" Wang Ming says, "Whoever it is, he's on our side. Stay focused and keep attacking. Only the sprint predator is left." MC quietly sits on a tree. He gets a notification. "You've killed 2 level 2 corruptors. 40 XP plus 1. Evolution point. Common skill book. Venom dart. Plot 8 days. Tradable lifespan." MC thinks, "Venom dart? A perfect mid-range poison damage skill. Evolve it right away." It evolves into a silver rank poison dart skill, assassin class. It throws deadly darts with a 14-meter range, deals 120 damage, and inflicts poison status, causing 50 damage per second for 5 seconds. Cooldown, 5 seconds. It can't stack. Meanwhile, Wang Ming blocks one tentacle attack, but the second pierces through his stomach. He screams in pain. The priest yells, "I can't heal him fast enough!" Wang Ming cries out, "Everyone run!" Just then, a poison dart flies in and hits the monster right between the eyes. The boss howls in pain. Blood gushes from its mouth. Wang Ming collapses. 5 seconds later, the boss dies. Notification. You dealt over 90% damage. You receive all loot. 600 XP plus level up to 3 plus 2. Evolution points plus 55 days tradable lifespan. MC thinks, "I didn't expect my dart's damage to trigger my passive class skill. Now I don't even need to throw stones. I can keep using darts from stealth endlessly. In this early and mid-game, no one can stop me." The Oracle Priest barely saves Wang Ming. Seeing the damage, Wang Ming panics. Holy crap! Is this guy even human? Loot light emerges from the monster's body, and suddenly vanishes. Everyone is stunned. Wang Ming stands up, folds his hands, and says, Thank you, friend, for saving our lives. May I know your name? MC's voice echoes. You're thanking me? In such wild zones, don't trust strangers so easily. Wang Ming nods and says, Thank you for the advice. I understand. We won't disturb you. My name's Wang Ming. If you ever need anything, you can come to me. Lindsay adds, My name's Lindsay. Thank you for saving me. Can I add you to my friend list? Her teammate says, All right, enough talking. Let's go. MC collects the loot light and thinks, Wang Ming seems reliable, and he has the government's support. He's well-resourced. I'll need a stable place to sell things I can't use. I can sell them to him. Using Greedy Hand on the loot, he gets +3 evolution points, plus 55 days tradable lifespan. Sprint Predator, leather gloves, brown rank. He equips the Assassin class gloves, which give +9 physical defense, +5 elemental resistance, and +15% cooldown speed. He says, Nice loot. He continues, I still have tons of gear and skill books from other classes. Once my bag is full, I'll return to town to trade them for lifespan. My progress this time is 100 times faster than my previous life. And Songfai, I'm coming for you soon. Scene begins as the team is seen fighting monsters. One of the guys says that more and more monsters just keep coming and they'll have to run. But just then, a shadow of a giant monster falls over him. The guy behind yells, Hey, what are you doing just standing there? But the guy is so shocked that he can't speak. And then, all of them turn to look at that giant tree-like monster. It had a strange hole in the center of its body. The team starts yelling, What even is that thing? The monster leans forward, and from its belly, a bunch of vines shoot out. They were glowing with a purple aura, and those vines, like sharp spears, pierce straight through the players. All of them scream in pain, but not a single one survives. They are instantly teleported back to Celltown. One of the guys yells in anger, Damn monsters always come in groups, and when their health drops, they just run away. Another, drenched in sweat, says, To exit the game, we need to reach level 3, but at this rate, how will we even get there? One guy tells the team captain, It looks like we need more people on our team. Maybe 6 to 10 people would be enough. But the captain replies, No, that won't work either. I once saw a 10-man team get massacred by a huge group of monsters. And if the team is too large, it attracts bosses. I just saw a group of 40 people lure a monster called Damned, and that monster killed more than 30 of them in just one skill attack. Then we see another teleportation formation open behind them, and the arrogant girl's entire team returns to the area. Her team is shouting, If we can't reach level 3, are we going to stay trapped here forever? They say they came here after falling asleep, so technically only their consciousness is trapped here. If they can't get out, their bodies in the real world will die from hunger and thirst. The arrogant girl curses, Damn it, why is this game so hard? A guy behind her nervously says, Sister Lee, we've already died 3 times. Our tradable lifespan is less than 10 now. What if... Before he can finish, Sister Lee says, Whether it's true or not, we can't afford to die again. She then checks the ranking list. Shadow has already reached level 3. Wang Ming is still at level 1. There's also someone named Valhalla at level 1, both of them listed as warriors. But the girl only focuses on the assassin, Shadow. She thinks, This Shadow guy is leveling up so fast he must know some special methods. We must convince him to help us reach level 3 and get us out of this game. She then shouts with determination, Spread my words everywhere. If this shadow guy helps us reach level 3, I'll give him 10 million in real life. Cash. The guy behind her gasps. 10 million? She thinks, if I were in his place, even I wouldn't ignore that kind of money. Meanwhile, our MC kills a monster with his dark magic and gets a notification. You've killed a level 2 contaminator. You've gained 20 experience points and 1 evolution point. Shadow absorbs all the loot and says, "Okay, I have enough evolution points now." He tells the system to evolve his Hand of Everest skill. The system deducts 5 evolution points, leaving him with 0. Then we're shown the newly evolved Hand of Everest skill, which is now at Platinum Jade rank. It's an assassin skill that can be used on monster corpses. Previously, the extra loot drop chance was 160%. Now it's increased to 216% with an added 20% chance for the loot's quality to be 1 level higher. The MC gets excited reading this and says, a 20% chance to increase loot quality. If I keep evolving it, it might go to 100% or even 200%. This effect is seriously incredible. As he turns to leave, he hears an alert. When he looks back, it's the same joint tree monster from earlier. Seeing it, he says, "That's the damned, This is the same monster the team captain mentioned, which killed 30 out of 40 people in 1 skill. We're then shown its profile. It's a damned brown-level boss monster. The MC sees the glowing life force in its mouth and thinks, it's still digesting the life force and will soon transform into a silver-level boss monster. He calculates, this monster probably wiped out that entire 40-man group alone. He opens his system screen and mutters, damn, my backpack is already full. If I kill it now, I won't be able to carry anything. So he marks the spot on the map and says, I'll come back later and deal with it. He vanishes into his shadows, thinking, this boss will take time to level up anyway. I'll go sell my stuff and return later to kill it. Then we're shown a scene in Celltown. People are talking, did you hear? Someone is offering 10 million to the top-ranked Shadow to help them reach level 3. A bald guy says, we're out here dying and losing our lifespans, while rich people keep finding new solutions. A girl with curly hair cries, people like us will never escape this game. But just then, Shadow emerges from the darkness, and everyone is shocked. He quickly clicks on the sell option, and in a flash, a stall appears in front of him. A screen reads, sales open for 10 minutes, equipment and skills available, hurry if you want to buy. Seeing the MC, people start shouting in excitement. Oh my god, how is he even here? He already has 2 brown-level gears and wants to sell more. He must have killed a brown-level boss. And look at his name, Shadow. Another says, wow, is this really the #1 on the leaderboard? Amidst the crowd, a well-figured mage girl steps forward. People wonder why they can't see his face. Someone explains, he has activated face hide. The game's appearance matches reality, so he stays mysterious. The mage girl comes to him and asks, how much for this ice cone spellbook? Shadow replies, 100 days of tradable lifespan. He thinks, she must be Grey Rose, 11th ranked in Curly Cell Village. She also has face hide activated. The girl hesitates. Isn't 100 days too much? Can you reduce it? Shadow replies, compared to common skills, the ice cone skill speeds up monster hunting massively. For early-stage mages, this is already very cheap. She then asks, can I pay in real-world money? Shadow replies, if you've got cash, you can buy tradable lifespan from others and then deal with me. If you can't arrange it now, I can reserve it for a while. She seems a bit confused seeing how Shadow is doing business purely in tradable lifespan. Then she says, "Give me a minute." She turns back to her team and activates a private team channel. She asks, "Guys, what do you think?" One guy says, "Thanks to your leadership, we reached level 2 so fast. I have no objections." Another agrees, "With Ice Cone, we'll reach level 3 even faster. Escaping the game is what matters most." She says, "Okay, then transfer your tradable lifespan to me. I'll repay you in real money once we're back in reality." She collects everyone's lifespan and returns to Shadow saying, "All right, here's 100 days of tradable lifespan. Let's make a deal." Shadow thinks, their whole team reached level 2, so they must have killed at least 30-40 trackers. Their total lifespan must be over 100 days. He gets a notification. "You sold the Ice Cone spellbook in exchange for 100 days of tradable lifespan. Your total has increased from 268 to 368 days. Just then, the arrogant girl stomps up to Shadow and says, "Finally, I've found you, Shadow." Shadow looks confused. She stands with hands on her hips, smiling arrogantly, and says, "Shadow, I'll give you a chance. Take me to level 3, and when we return to reality, I'll give you 10 million in cash." The people behind her are shocked. One says, "Did I hear that right? She's offering 10 million to Shadow? Is this for real?" Another says, "He just made 10 million so easily." Seeing her face, Shadow realizes, she's Jiang Ling. In my previous life, she was the leader of a criminal gang. Authorities later wiped them all out. Still in her arrogant tone, she says, "My father is the president of Dajang Industries. Ask anyone here. We can easily pay." Shadow thinks, reports said this girl used cash offers to buy tradable lifespan from others and forced people to work for her. Those who disobeyed were killed in real life. He thinks such people are a burden to Earth and bluntly says, "I reject your offer." The girl is speechless for a moment, then says, "Shadow, even if you're strong in this game, no one knows what's really going on. If you join me, I guarantee a royal life. Cars, homes, girls, whatever you want." Shadow cuts her off and says, "If you're not buying anything, get out of the way. Don't interfere in my work." He thinks, soon cash will be useless. People will use tradable lifespan as universal currency. Hearing this, the girl looks like she just ate a rotten rat. She says, "What garbage? I was doing you a favor by offering to take you with me. If we were in the real world right now, I'd teach you a lesson." That's when Shadow finally gets angry. He says, "Say one more word, and I'll keep killing you until your lifespan hits 0. Sensing his murderous aura, the girl and her team are terrified. She immediately runs away, saying, "Let's get out of here." Everyone watches in silence. Later, the MC gets a notification. "You sold a brown-gray dumb-like tonic, gained 19 days of tradable lifespan. New total, 546 days. Those who bought items from MC are happy, saying they've become stronger. MC thinks, "Good, everything's sold. Let's close the stall and go take care of that damned." He vanishes into the shadows thinking, right now, no one knows that these skills can be brought into reality using tradable lifespan. No one knows this godforsaken game will collapse the very order of reality. People who saw him disappear start whispering, "Did you see that? Where did he go? What kind of profession is that?" But MC ignores them and thinks, soon, the legacies we've been proud of for thousands of years will become insignificant. The ones with strength will be the foundation of everything. The girl, along with her whole crew, is running full speed into a narrow alley. They're panting heavily. The girl, furious, says that Shadow not only refused my offer, he had the nerve to threaten me. Once I return to reality, I'll make sure to finish him. Just then, a man steps out from a house in the alley and says, "Hello, Sister Liji." She looks at him in confusion. The guy, with a pork pine kind of face, says, "My name is Mo Lee June, but you can call me Old Mouse. I'm currently at level 2. But did you know we have some tricks to level up faster? I can help you level up. So is the 10 million offer still valid?" But this girl isn't so easily fooled. She replies with full attitude, "What tricks?" The guy smiles and says, "I don't usually share my tricks with anyone, but since you're Sister Liji, I'll make an exception to show my sincerity." He says, "For now, if you want to level up fast, you'll have to put all your initial attribute points into agility. That way, we'll be able to run so fast we can outrun crawlers. You understand what I'm saying, right?" Hearing this, the girl is surprised and thinks, "Oh, so this is how the game works. But damn it, I already put all 5 of my initial points into strength." Then she tells Old Mouse, "Okay, you've told me 1 or 2 useful things, now take me to level up." She thinks to herself, "At least I've found someone who knows how powerful players are leveling up." She tells him, "But you're not as strong as Shadow. That's why I can give you 5 million. Will you accept it? Take me to level 3, and once we're back in reality, I'll give you 5 million in cash." Old Mouse says, "No problem. Maybe Shadow is strong, but there's definitely something wrong with his brain. He just refused a 10 million offer. What an idiot." Then the scene shifts back to Shadow, who is smoothly navigating the forest, jumping from tree to tree. He arrives at the same damned monster and thinks, "Just as I thought, this boss monster has already reached the silver tier. So much gray mist has spread around it. Is it still evolving?" He pulls out his poison dart and thinks, it will take about 7 to 8 hours for it to evolve from silver to gold tier. But no way. I'm too lazy to wait that long. He pulls out his dart, breaks his stealth, and throws the dart straight at the monster. It hits and deals 659 damage. The monster doesn't understand what's going on and starts screaming. Its health keeps decreasing continuously due to the venom, 219 by 219. Meanwhile, MC uses Shadow Sneak to disappear into the shadows. The monster, growling in rage, starts charging its attack. MC thinks, the health of a silver tier boss is 2 to 3 times more than that of a bronze tier boss. The boss charges its attack, screeching, then slams its hands down and stares into a light orb, unleashing multiple purple attacks. MC watches and thinks, if I calculate, this boss's total health equals about 2 or 3 of my venom darts. He keeps dodging all the attacks while invisible, thinking, I just need to wait for my stealth cooldown to finish. Once it's done, I'll throw a dart right into the middle of its attack frenzy, then immediately activate stealth again and escape its range. The monster finishes its skill and goes into cooldown. Its whole body trembles. MC sees the perfect chance, grabs a dart, runs toward it, breaks stealth, and strikes its head. Blood gushes out from its head. The venom continues to damage it for 5 seconds. The monster howls and runs away with its tail tucked in. Yes, you heard that right. A silver tier boss is running away from MC. MC thinks its health must be nearly gone. That's why it's fleeing. If it had stayed and used its skills, it might have been harder for me. But since it's running, that's good for me. MC rushes forward, breaks stealth, and lands a solid strike on the monster's head. He thinks, surrendering without resistance, that was too easy. The monster dies instantly. MC gets a notification. Congratulations. You've killed a cursed master, a silver tier monster. You've gained 1800 XP. Congratulations, you've reached level 5. And congratulations again, you've earned 4 evolution points and 124 days of tradable lifespan. Seeing the rewards, MC is overjoyed. He laughs loudly and says, I can't believe it. I leveled up twice and got 4 evolution points. He raises his hand and activates Greedy Hand. The skill activates successfully. A notification says you've gained 4 evolution points again and another 124 days of tradable lifespan. Shadow says, I got a direct double bonus. So silver tier bosses guarantee 12 evolution points and 372 days of tradable lifespan. Another notification comes. The extra effect of your Greedy Hand has triggered. 1 silver tier item in your loot has been upgraded to gold tier. Shadow says, does that mean I got gold tier loot? I expected this from Emerald Greedy Hand. It has a 20% chance to upgrade extra loot by 1 level. Looking at the loot, he says, it dropped about 7 to 8 equipment pieces. My backpack only has room for 10. I just emptied it and now I'll have to go back to the village again. What a time waste. I hope this cursed master dropped some kind of storage item or storage ring so I can get more slots. He reaches for the gold tier item and is stunned after seeing it. Then the scene shifts to the village. A girl arrives through a teleportation formation and says, finally, we're back alive. She's from Wang Ming's team. A boy says, with Wang Ming's help, we reached level 3 and safely returned to town. The girl says, absolutely. Wang Ming is very strong. Wang Ming says, yes, it's the result of all our hard work. The girl blushes and says playfully, it's such a shame I didn't get to add that big shot to my friend list. I was probably covered in dirt at that time, so he didn't notice me. Her teammate says, maybe if you had worn that freshly dropped gear earlier, he would have accepted. The big shot they're talking about is Shadow. Suddenly, an announcement pops up. Leaderboard update. Shadow has reached level 5. Everyone starts shouting, what? He jumped from level 3 to 5? Did he kill some insanely powerful boss? Excitement spreads everywhere. People shout, I just saw him selling equipment here 10 minutes ago. Did he level up twice in just 10 minutes? How fast is he? Another guy says, my sister just turned 18. If he likes her, maybe she can get some benefits and level up too. His friend says, come on, he refused 10 million. You think he'll look at your sister? Someone from Wang Ming's team says, damn it, we just barely reached level 3, and he's already at level 5. This won't work. Seeing everyone depressed, Wang Ming looks at them. At first he says nothing, then he coughs and gathers their attention. He says, don't think too much about it. Let's log off and go tell our families about this godforsaken game. The laws and order of this world are about to change. Chaos will spread everywhere. At least we can warn our loved ones. They start logging off. A formation appears around them. They say, let's log off for now. After logging out, Wang Ming opens his eyes in reality. He slowly stands up, holding his head. A guy beside him says, look, brother Wang Ming has woken up. Another guy says, go tell the team leader Wang Ming is awake and bring him here. His entire team is standing nearby. One guy walks up and says, brother Wang Ming, how are you? Are you okay? Another says, we were really worried about you. Do you know how you looked just now? You were almost half transparent. Brother Wang Ming, please don't scare us like this. Yesterday I told you to rest. I came here to keep an eye on the suspect you mentioned. Seeing everyone panicking, Wang Ming also gets worried. Sweat drips down his face. He suddenly shouts, gather everyone here, something big is happening. showing the police station. A voice is heard, questioning someone. So, according to your report, you had once formed a hidden profession team that was on the verge of collapse, but someone saved you in the end? Wang Ming replies, yes, his name is Shadow. When he saved us, he was level 3. But by the time we reached level 3, he had already jumped to level 5. He skipped 2 levels straight. Listening to this, the senior in front of him says, he jumped 2 levels and is now level 5? Doesn't that make him one of the top players in the world? How did he even do that? Wang Ming speculates, maybe he killed a boss or something similar. Another officer adds, if Shadow was level 3 just an hour ago, then why didn't he return to reality after reaching level 5? Another officer nearby says, could it be that he has no close relatives in the real world and doesn't feel the need to inform any family? Hearing this, Wang Ming lowers his head and says, I don't know. Maybe he really doesn't have any family. A girl sitting in the group suddenly speaks up. Is it possible that Shadow is a transmigrator? Most transmigrators are usually orphans and grow rapidly. Everyone falls silent after hearing this. No one says a word. Even the girl, sensing the silence, becomes quiet for a moment and then shyly asks, am I right? Whether or not anyone believes her, what she said hit the mark. But as expected, the head of the meeting scolds her in a strict voice. And you, how many times have I told you to stop reading so many novels? Don't joke around in such serious situations. An Yu sticks out her tongue and scratches her head. And just like that, the truth gets buried. Not because of some powerful evil villain or monster, but because of a police officer who ignored An Yu's statement, just like a beautiful girl ignoring your feelings. Sad life, boys. Anyway, back to the story. The officer addresses everyone in a stern voice. The information Wang Ming provided matches perfectly with what the higher-ups know about the godforsaken game. According to recent research, old people who enter deep sleep are dying soon after. From the data collected from employees who returned from the game, we found that they had actually died many times in the game, and that's why they died in real life too. This means if your lifespan reaches 0, you die not just in the game, but in reality as well. Another officer speaks up. This is a very strange phenomenon. It's beyond our understanding. The head agrees. Yes, you're right, but I believe there's a strong chance that we are being manipulated by higher beings. They're suspecting that beings from beyond Earth, aliens, are using this game to try to take over the planet. The head continues, the higher-ups have issued emergency commands. You must all form a vanguard team, explore the godforsaken game, and share all gathered information with us. We need to build a professional army as soon as possible. This is a major event that could affect the entire world. Right now, every nation is doing everything they can to explore this game. If we fall behind, we'll lose authority over the world. That's why we must gather as much information as possible, no matter the cost. Then he turns to An Yu. An Yu, you will be the captain of Team 5. An Yu shouts with excitement. Yes. He continues, Wang Ming, you will be the vice captain. You two can choose your own teammates. Wang Ming agrees. The head says, according to Wang Ming's information, Shadow doesn't seem like a bad person. You can try to build a friendship with him. That's the main reason I made An Yu the captain. I believe her personality will be perfect to investigate Shadow. I hope both of you will uncover Shadow's real identity as soon as possible. The best outcome would be if you can build a good relationship with him and convince him to cooperate as our representative so we can gain all the information from him. And for everyone else, the most important order is to maintain law and order in society. Everyone agrees, and the meeting is dismissed. Then the scene shifts to a beautiful sunset over the city. It looks stunning. Next, we arrive at the MC's sister's academy. She's doing something on her phone while a group of girls is chatting nearby. One girl says, "Songfei said if we sleep in the same district and same time period, we get teleported to the same starter village." Another girl replies, "If that's true, I'll have to bring my parents too. But they've never played games before. I don't think they'll get used to it." A third girl sitting nearby says, "You shouldn't involve your parents yet. First, we need to grow ourselves. Later, we can carry them." While they gossip, the MC's sister checks her phone and thinks, "So much is happening, and there's not even a single reaction from Qingfeng. He hasn't even come looking for me to apologize. Is he becoming that arrogant?" She remembers the past and thinks, whenever he was angry, he'd always find a way to apologize. But this time, he did nothing. He even hit me. Not even my parents have ever hit me. All I did was skip a few classes to attend Brother Songfei concert. Damn you, Qingfeng. If you don't apologize at least 1,000 times, I'll never forgive you. Then she blushes and thinks, I was lucky to go see Brother Songfei concert yesterday. Now that the God-forsaken game is out, I fear I won't get many chances again. She imagines the concert from yesterday and remembers how close they were. Getting emotional, she says, Brother Songfei, I miss you so much, and almost starts crying. This girl is clearly a bit obsessed with Songfei. Suddenly, she snaps back to reality. Wait, if people can enter the game by sleeping, then Brother Songfei will definitely come too. She shyly covers her mouth with her hand and thinks, if I enter the game, I'll be able to find Brother Songfei too. The scene shifts to her home, changing clothes, and thinks, Sang-wei already reached level 3 so quickly. He must be an expert. I need to get some advice from him soon. Then the scene moves to Sang-wei, who's chatting with his friends. Just then, he gets a message from the MC's sister, Quan Xiao. When he checks, it says, Expert Sang-wei, do you have any strategies to share? Sang-wei smiles evilly and thinks, Quan Xiao, I never thought a goddess like you would come looking for me for advice. This is a heaven-sent opportunity. If I can get you, Quan Xiao. Yep, full of flirty perverts here. But even the MC's sister is a bit of a flirt herself. Sang-wei replies, Yes, you've come to the right person. Let me tell you some secrets. In the beginning, we need to put all our attribute points into agility. Otherwise, you won't be fast enough, and the monsters will keep abusing you. While lying on her bed, the girl types back, But what if I'm a magic type user? Should I still put all points into agility? Sang-wei replies, Yes, agility isn't useless for magic users. It increases casting speed, which is very important in early stages. She sends some crying emojis and emotionally texts, What if I still can't win even after putting all points into agility? He replies, Don't worry. Once someone reaches level 5 in a village, they can activate its teleportation formation. For now, just form a random party and keep leveling up. As soon as the teleportation activates, I'll come find you and take you to the skies. What a pickup line. The MC's sister is super excited and clenches her fist. Yes! Then she hugs her pillow and says, This is great. These clingy sims are sometimes actually useful. Now I've found someone to carry me. Qingfeng, now I'll show you. I'm going into the game myself. You can keep acting arrogant, but once you enter the game, you'll see that I've reached a much higher level than you. When that time comes, I won't help you level up at all. Now the scene shifts to the MC. He's checking his gold tier loot. He sees a ring, and the information appears. Gold tier cursed ring. Usable by any profession. 8 to all attributes. Plus 26 dark element resistance. 1. Weak point attack multiplier. Requires level 4. Since the MC is already level 5, he doesn't need to worry about the requirement. He picks it up and says, plus 8 to all attributes? That's 32 total attribute points. This is equivalent to 3 level ups. Plus, it adds dark resistance. This will be super useful in fights against many masters. And my weak point attack multiplier just went from 1.4 to 1.5. Then Shadow sees a skill that makes him super excited. Instant Shadow / Shadow tier. Assassin type skill. Dash up to 15 meters. Grants 5 seconds of invisibility. Slashes enemies in your path 3 times. Cooldown 12 or 10.43 seconds. Can only be learned from level 4. Slash width 2.1 meters. Each slash deals 100 damage, counts as backstab, no weak point damage. The MC screams, "This is insanely powerful. It lets me teleport and go invisible. Learn it now." He still has evolution points left and wonders if he should evolve Greedy Hand first. He uses 8 evolution points, leaving 4 behind. Notification. Your Jade rank Greedy Hand skill has evolved to Diamond rank. Now gives 220% loot from monster corpses. Loot level up chance increased from 20% to 40%. This skill is seriously overpowered. The MC thinks, just like I thought. Now killing 1 monster gives loot equal to killing 3. Time to use the rest of my points to evolve Instant Shadow Slash. Another notification. Instant Shadow Slash evolved from Silver to Platinum tier. Flash range, 15 to 18 to 21 meters. Invisibility duration, 5 to 6 to 7 seconds. Number of slashes, 3 to 4 to 5. Each slash damage, 100 to 150 to 200. Still no weak point damage. Cooldown remains the same. Required level is still 4. MC says, cooldown's the same, but relying on this skill alone, I can stay invisible almost indefinitely. The rest of the loot is junk, except a warrior skill, Battle Roar, which he decides to sell for cash. Suddenly, he hears Sasa's voice. Turning around, he sees 4 limp crawlers coming toward him. Perfect timing. He uses Instant Shadow Slash and blood sprays everywhere. Each enemy gets 5 slashes of 725 damage each. Notification. You killed a level 4 limp crawler. Earned 80 XP and 5 days of tradable lifespan. Shadow says, my monster kill speed is increasing again. With venom dots, I can now kill in just 2 hits. Battles will be shorter, and I'll have fewer accidents. He runs through the shadows. Right now, I've got 618 days of tradable lifespan. To bring skills and gear into reality, I need 900 days. For now, I'll go back and sell everything I have. Hopefully, I'll get enough lifespan. Once I reach level 10, I'll be able to bring all of this into the real world. The MC is quickly closing the gap between reality and the game. Shadow is wandering in the forest under the rain like always when he suddenly hears some voices. Someone is saying, congratulations, young miss. You've reached level 3, and now you must fulfill your promise, right? We see that it's that arrogant girl again, with the pig-faced guy and his entire team. The girl says, "Don't worry. Do you really think our Dajan industry can't afford your little price? I'll return to reality right now and give you my phone number. You can contact me directly. Oh, and sell me all your tradable lifespan. I'll pay you 10,000 for each day." Shadow is listening to everything. The pig-faced guy laughs loudly and says, "No problem. I told you earlier that Shadow Guy is a blind idiot. He didn't even take your big boss offer seriously. We'll talk more in reality." He thinks to himself, "So what if this game affects lifespan? I can always earn more by killing monsters. Only those who can convert gaming abilities into real money are true geniuses, like me. Just wait a week and you'll know who the real genius is." Now the scene changes to the MC at Celltown. Someone is reaching out to a gate and a powerful aura starts leaking from it. We see its shadow standing in front of the gate. He says, "All right, so the teleportation formation in Celltown has also been activated." A notification appears congratulating him for lighting up Celltown's teleportation formation. As a reward, he gets 1 reputation point and now has 1 free teleportation per day. After that, he'll need to pay some tradable lifespan to use it again. It also mentions that no other village has activated their teleportation formation yet, which means Shadow can't teleport to another village right now. Seeing this, Shadow says, "The beginner village teleportation system is 2-way. Even if one village activates it, it's useless unless someone from the other side reaches level 5 and activates it too. I remember from my past life Songfei was in Firefly Town. I'll set up an alert so I get notified the moment someone activates teleportation there." Then MC walks outside and thinks, activating teleportation between towns isn't a big deal. For now, the main goal is reaching level 10 and entering the God's abundant realm. He imagines the realm and says, that's where the real God-forsaken game will begin. He then goes to the town center and opens his store for just 10 seconds. But even in that short time, a huge crowd gathers, people shouting and pushing. "Oh my God, Expert Shadow is back. Finally. I've been waiting with 150 days of tradable lifespan, hoping he'd return with some amazing items. I hope he brought some skill books for mages. Last time he sold Icicle Spell to Gray, and Gray jumped to 2nd rank in the leaderboard." Someone picks up a skill book for Battle Roll Warriors and says, "I want this one," and pays 300 days of tradable lifespan for it. Another guy says, 300 days just for a skill book? Is it really worth it? His friend replies, "You're so short-sighted. With this skill, a warrior can farm monsters way faster. He'll earn those 300 days back in under 2 days." More people start shouting, "I want that! Give me that mage equipment! I want those shoes!" Everything MC had is sold out. He walks away, checking his system, and says, "I sold everything in under a minute and earned 650 days of tradable lifespan. Now I have a total of 2,174 days. But it's still not enough. If I want to bring all my attributes and equipment into reality, I'll have to work even harder. I'm only level 5. I still have to reach level 10. I'm far from done." As he's walking away, people nearby start crying and complaining, "I didn't get anything again. Why didn't I get anything?" "Expert, are you going to sell more stuff? Will you come again to sell things?" Suddenly, a cute and innocent-looking mage girl walks up to him and says, "Expert, I have a treasure. Would you like it?" She holds a ring. When the MC reads its details, he learns it's a space inventory ring with 12 slots. It doesn't take up a backpack or equipment slot. Shadow is shocked, thinking, "A space ring?" MC explains, "This is a special storage item. Its value is high because it doesn't occupy any regular slots. Every player can carry a max of 3 storage backpacks. Though this can drop from any monster, the drop rate is extremely rare. This girl is really lucky to find this early in the game. Everyone is staring at the girl in MC. He asks her, "How much do you want for this ring?" He thinks, "In my previous life, this ring would sell for at least 3,600 days of tradable lifespan." The girl smiles and replies, "I don't want lifespan. I want to add you to my friend list. And I want to ask, would you form a party with us to defeat a boss?" MC agrees, and the girl sends him a friend request. Her name is Black Plum. They begin walking together. MC asks, "What kind of boss is it?" She replies, "It's a gold tier boss." "What's its name?" he asks. She says, "It was far away, so I couldn't see the name, but it was on a boat. The boat looked really broken and old." MC is shocked and wonders, "A broken boat? Could that be the Golden Ghost ship?" Shadow explains that the Golden Ghost ship can appear at any level. It's extremely rare and drops powerful, unique equipment. In the past, whenever it appeared, it caused massive guild wars. The one here should be around level 5, making it the easiest version to kill. MC looks at the girl and thinks, she saw the Golden Ghost ship in the beginner village, found the rarest storage ring, and is also part of Wang Ming's party. Could she be that rumored lucky fish from my past life? Shadow asks her, "How did you even find the boss?" She thinks and replies, "I was fishing offline for food. After catching enough fish, I went online to level up with my party. But they were too slow, so I wandered around. That's when I saw the boss in a small ravine." MC thinks, "In my past life, there were rumors about someone in Wang Ming's party, a lucky fish who always found rare bosses, treasure chests, hidden palaces, and temples just by roaming. I thought those were fake rumors to hide some secret info, but now they might have been true. And this girl, she's the lucky fish." MC stares at her and she gets flustered. "Expert, why are you looking at me like that?" she asks. Embarrassed, MC looks away and says, "No, nothing." Suddenly, someone is secretly following them and runs off. The scene changes. A guy is boasting to his group, "In the past, I conquered the Sand City Overlord with my brothers. Don't worry, just follow me and I'll make your lives better." Just then, the bald guy who was spying on MC rushes in and says, "Boss, that guy went outside town with a girl." Their leader says, "As I suspected, he's just a young rat who can't resist girls. Follow me, boys." Meanwhile, MC crosses Celltown's joint gate with the girl. He says, "I'll help you fight the boss. If it drops any gear or skill that you can use, you can keep it. The rest is mine." The girl asks, "But what about Captain Wang Ming and the others?" MC replies, "Your party has all types of classes. If the boss drops something that's not for assassins, then I'll have fought for nothing." She agrees and says, "Okay, let's do as you say, but I have one small request." MC says, "Go ahead." She hesitates and says, "If the boss drops something useful for Captain Wang Ming or the others, could you sell it to us at a discount?" Shadow agrees. She smiles and says, "Great. As soon as Wang Ming and the others come online, we'll head out immediately. By the way, Expert, where are you going right now?" Shadow stays silent at first, then says, "We're going to kill that gold boss." She gasps in surprise. "What?" "But Expert, you're an assassin and I'm a mage. You can go invisible, but if the boss attacks me, I won't be able to handle it." Shadow, without turning back, says, "I'm enough. You just watch from a distance." She's shocked and thinks, one person fighting a gold tier boss? I know he's strong, but this is ridiculous. Suddenly, Shadow vanishes. She looks around confused. Expert? Expert, where did you go? Behind the trees, a group is approaching. One guy says, Boss, Shadow disappeared. The boss laughs. He must have tricked that girl and ditched her in the forest. Let's grab her and have some fun. Boss, you're a genius, another says, laughing like wolves as they approach her. But Shadow, still invisible, is standing right among them. Suddenly, everything goes dark. Before they can react, MC uses instant shadow slash and appears behind them. He slashes through every enemy in his path. His speed is so fast, none of them understand what happened. All of them are killed instantly. A notification pops up. You killed 5 players and gained 12 days of tradable lifespan. MC thinks, so poor. This is like killing 2 low-level mobs. While the bodies are still converting into lifespan, MC walks away without even looking. He reappears in front of the girl. She's shocked again. Expert, where did you go? She asks. MC says, some people were following us. I sent them back to town. She stammers and says, oh, I thought you went to pee. With your invisibility, it must be super easy to pee wherever you want. Or poop too. No one would see you. Then she panics and adds, but wait, if poop comes out of your body, wouldn't it become visible again? Shadow interrupts. Enough, just hurry up and take me to the boss. Scene at Shadow's stall in Celltown, where a teleportation formation suddenly activates, and MC's sister enters the game through it. She looks completely surprised and says excitedly, wow, this feels so real. I can actually feel everything here. The players nearby think, huh, another newbie just arrived. The girl says, this is great. I got a hidden class, Sacrifice. It must be powerful, right? Definitely worthy of Brother Songfei. Then she starts thinking, I wonder what Belor Songfei is doing right now. Does he know the secret to distributing points? Frustrated, she thinks, where has Qingfeng gone? He's always hovering around me all day, caring about me, but when the critical time comes, he's nowhere to be found. Oh well, for now I have a hidden class, and Zhang Wei promised to help me level up. Qingfeng, from now on, you're on your own. I'm not going to care about you anymore. Then she looks up and sees a huge screen. Surprised, she says, is this the leaderboard? At the top is Shadow at level 6. Reading this, she clenches her staff tightly in anger and says, Zhang Wei is just level 3 and dares to call himself powerful? Looks like Shadow is a real expert. If I stick with him, I'll definitely level up faster than with Zhang Wei. But where do I even find this expert? Right then, Wang Ming's team appears in front of her. Wang Ming says, damn it, I can't contact Swing with the Wind. That's a username. Scratching his head, Wang Ming asks, do any of you have any ideas? We don't have much time to waste. One guy says, we can't kill mobs without a healer. Another adds, and we're not experts like Shadow who can solo farm. I suggest we find a new healer for our party. Just then, a voice calls out from behind, hello? They turn around and see it's MC's sister. She smiles and says, do you guys need a healer? I have a hidden class, Life Sacrifice. The scene shifts to Shadow. He's standing with his new friend on the edge of a deep ravine looking down. There's a small pond below. It's not very deep, but deep enough to hold a boat. Dry trees are growing in and around it. Suddenly, MC spots the golden ghost ship and says, Just as I thought, it really is the Golden Ghost ship. He disappears into the shadows and tells Black Plum, "Stay hidden here. Be careful of ambushes. I'll deal with the boss." Nervously, the girl replies, "Okay, expert, please be careful." Shadow activates his invisibility and jumps straight into the deep ravine. A notification appears. Due to the Golden Ghost ship's influence, this area has become a violent domain. Lifespan loss rate is increased by 100 times. Reading this, Shadow thinks, a 100x rate? That means staying here for 15 minutes will cost me a whole day's worth of lifespan. Still, since it's a temporary domain, it won't last forever. Even if I stay for 30 minutes, I'll lose only 2 or 3 days' worth. Looking ahead, he sees the level 5 Golden Ghost ship, a gold tier special monster. A notification below it shows a countdown, 45 minutes and 25 seconds. MC says, "Special monsters like this always come with a countdown. When it ends, the monster disappears. Luckily, I still have 45 minutes left. That's more than enough." He uses instant shadow slash and rushes toward the ship, slashing straight through the boss. The ghostly skeleton steering the ship gets hit and takes heavy damage. 550, 550, 550. Shocked, the skeleton recoils. MC throws venom darts at the ghost fire bells on the ship's front. The hit deals 621 damage, a critical hit. Since his stealth broke, the damage increases even more. Shadow, while staying invisible, explains, "The Golden Ghost ship has specific challenge points. First, many people don't know its weak point. It's not the skeleton or the ship itself. It's the 2 ghost fire bells at the ship's tip. Second, when those bells are attacked, the monster controls all the surrounding water." As expected, the skeleton's eyes glow purple, and violent water swirls rise around. Sharp, deadly water forms, and Shadow says, "It's about to launch a massive AoE attack." Water monsters deal unusually high damage. Even a fully armored early-stage warrior can barely survive a hit. Luckily, the Shadow class has high agility early on, or I couldn't dodge even one hit. The water strikes fade slowly, and the third challenge appears. Shadow says, "After this AoE, it'll summon 12 decaying water ghosts." And indeed, rotting water ghosts emerge from the swamp. Just looking at their decaying skin is horrifying. Shadow explains, "Each of these 12 has silver tier power. Seeing them is enough to throw most parties into panic. The Golden Ghost ship summons a decaying water ghost every 3 minutes. If you delay dealing with them, more and more will spawn, eventually wiping out the whole team." The ghosts look around, but Shadow is already behind them. He thinks, "I've been invisible from the start. They won't see me. I just need the right angle to destroy them all." He uses instant shadow slash again, launching powerful attacks. Damage numbers soar past 1,000. He lands another critical hit using venom darts. The fish girl is left speechless. At first, no words come out of her mouth. Then her body starts trembling. She stutters, "This is rank 1 expert Shadow. He's too powerful." He appears, does the damage, and vanishes without a trace. The boss has already lost half its HP and hasn't even had the chance to counterattack. MC sends her a voice message. "Little Black, I'm about to die soon." Shocked, she asks, "What?" MC replies, "Don't worry, don't do anything. Just wait for me to revive." She says, "Expert, don't you have an upper head left? And what is this Little Black?" MC replies, "Isn't your name Little Black?" She responds, "No, expert. People call me Black Plum or Big Plum. Not Little Black, that sounds like a dog's name." Shadow says, All right, got it, little black. The scene changes. Someone stomps ahead. It's a pack of dogs chasing MC. One man yells, "Damn, I got careless." Their boss grumbles. "I used to take down legendary people every day, and now I'm getting bullied like a child." Suddenly, a teammate runs up to the boss and shouts, "Boss, I found that little chicken. She's standing above the ravine. That bastard Shadow is fighting a boss below." The boss replies, "Let's go. I've gathered all my brothers. No way I'm letting him live this time." The scene shifts back to the Golden Ghost ship. MC says, this is its fourth attack, and the hardest. After losing half its HP, it launches a massive AoE soul attack that's hard to avoid. The skeleton launches it. MC thinks, if I get hit, I won't be able to move for 5 seconds. I can't dodge it with my current strength. Even Black Plum is stunned. She screams, "Expert!" Shadow gets hit. He thinks, oh, so this is the end. But before he can finish that thought, a giant water pillar strikes him with 1059 damage. A notification appears. You have died. Yes. For the first time in the series, Shadow dies. The pillar slowly lowers. At its center, MC's life force flickers. Another notification. You have lost 326 years of untradeable lifespan and 1087 days of tradable lifespan. Shadow has lost a lot this time. If you followed the series from the start, you know how hard he worked for even 100 days of tradable lifespan. But not everyone is sad about his death. The group chasing Shadow saw him die and they burst into laughter. Their boss laughs and says, "What a sight. Is this idiot what people call an expert? Killed a few bosses and thought he was a god? He challenged a gold-tier boss alone." They laugh hard for a while. Then the boss lifts his axe, looks at MC's loot, and shouts, "Wow, that damn Shadow was rich. This lifespan light must be worth at least 100 days. Brothers, charge the boss. It only has half HP left. We'll kill it directly." The team cheers. One guy says, "This is amazing! We can grab such a huge lifespan." Another yells, "Half of it is already lost. That dog really was something. Today, I, the underdog, will devour this big dog completely." They all jump down shouting. And the moment they do, they're blasted straight into the sky. Yes, they're instantly sent to heaven. After dying, the entire group gets teleported directly to Cell Town. As soon as they land, they start yelling, "What the hell? How can a monster be that powerful? This is unbelievable." One of them says, "It's ridiculous. We just entered that space and got instantly wiped out by water element players." Another adds, "There were so many small mobs around too. How could we even fight that?" Their boss is furious and says, "Damn it, we've suffered huge losses this time. Everyone get ready to move out again. I can't believe this is happening." The scene shifts. Someone enters the swamp, and it's Shadow himself. Seeing so many lifespan lights floating before him, he's confused and asks, "Hey, Little Black, I'm back. What are all these lights doing here?" Little Black replies, "Oh, expert, you came back so soon." A group of people charged straight at the boss, shouting and screaming, but just one water column rose and the entire group was wiped out instantly. MC chuckles and says, "Really? Looks like they overestimated their strength." He thinks to himself, "I remember even in my past life, I had a hard time because of this Golden Ghost ship." Looking at the Golden Ghost ship, he thinks, it can only use its immobilization and 5-second freeze skill once. The rest of its remaining health I can handle easily. Once its health drops below half, there's a chance it will vanish and respawn somewhere far away. After that, normal players will find it even harder to kill. Then, Shadow activates his poison dots and targets the ghost firebells attached to the ship's tip. When he hits them, black smoke starts rising around the ship and it begins teleporting. Shadow disappears into the shadows and watches closely. He thinks, I already figured out its movement pattern long ago. Using his shadow speed, he dashes forward, follows the ship, and strikes it with an instant shadow slash. Meanwhile, that group arrives at the ravine again. One of them points and says, Boss, look, that person is fighting the main enemy again. The boss replies, All right, we'll wait for the right moment and try to handle both of them. Even Black Plum notices and mutters nervously, Oh no, not these people again. They always show up at the worst time. The expert is just about to win. I won't let them ruin this. She lifts her staff, chants a spell, and light begins to glow from it. She points it upward and shouts, Let the skies respond! Send a flash of light! A burst of energy strikes their leader, causing 40 to 45 damage. He stumbles and yells, Who did that? One of his team members says, Boss, over there! A magic user! The leader becomes furious, grabs his axe, and growls, She's crossing the line! His face looks burned and angry, which frightens Black Plum. She immediately turns and runs while shouting, Someone help me! The boss shouts, Stop right there! And the group starts chasing her. Meanwhile, a person hiding behind a tree quietly watches. In fact, there are 2 observers, maybe even more, clearly waiting for their chance. Shadow, on the other hand, stays fully focused on battling the golden ghost ship. He moves into position in front of it and thinks, Just as I thought. Even though it's only level 5, taking it down alone is really tough. My attacks aren't strong enough, and now the fight has gone on too long. It's attracting attention. He sees people up on the cliffs, likely the same ones who were defeated before, and others behind the trees, all waiting to grab the rewards once the boss is defeated. Finally, Shadow lands a powerful blow. The ship lets out a loud, terrifying scream. A system notification pops up. You've defeated the gold tier golden ghost ship. You gain 4,800 experience points. Congratulations, you've leveled up to level 8. You've earned 7 evolution points. You also received 216 days of tradable lifespan. After killing the monster, Shadow uses his shadow sneak to turn invisible. The monster's body dissolves into its life force form. Shadow thinks, Everyone dreams of looting without lifting a finger, but they miscalculated. Suddenly, a global system announcement appears in every village, town, and city. Player Shadow from Cell Town is the first person on the server to kill a gold tier monster. He receives 3 reputation points. When this announcement goes off in a remote valley, no one reacts. But in a big town, people start shouting, What? First kill on a gold tier monster? Who is this Shadow guy? He must be incredibly strong. Where even is Cell Town? Is that a starter town? He's gotta be from our Great Han City. Back in Cell Town, Wang Ming and MC's sister also hear the announcement. Wang Ming says in shock, Wait, just a little while ago, wasn't Shadow fighting a bronze tier monster alone? And now he's killed a gold tier boss solo? Why is there such a huge gap between him and the rest of us? Behind him, MC's sister thinks, Shadow must be the most powerful player. If he helps me level up, I can meet Brother Songfei easily. Meanwhile, the loot light from the gold tier boss finishes dissolving. And there's a ton of loot. The people who were spying on Shadow laugh in excitement. That boss dropped so much loot, but Shadow's gone invisible. He hasn't picked up anything yet. He's being cautious of us. One of them says, Guang, use your skill and track that guy. We'll deal with him first and take everything. Guang nods, steps forward, draws his bow, and loads a powerful arrow. He activates the skill Phantom Horned Eagle. The energy shoots into the sky and transforms into a glowing phantom eagle. It starts circling above the swamp, scattering feathers across the area. Some feathers brush past MC, but his invisibility stays intact. Shadow thinks, Phantom Eagle? I didn't expect any hunter to pick up anti-invisibility skills this quickly. No wonder they're confident about taking my reward. He smirks. But too bad for them. My assassin class upgraded my stealth to level 1+. Basic detection like that won't reveal me. Even after the skill is used, MC remains hidden. Guang turns and says, Boss, he's not here. Must have seen us and escaped. Another man chuckles. Smart move. They all laugh. Then their boss steps forward and says, All right, let's go guard the treasure before someone else takes it. Suddenly, a shadow flashes through the air and takes them all out in a single strike, just like you'd expect from Shadow. The treasure now belongs to him. Looking around at the calm scene, Shadow mutters, So quiet now. Speaking of which, where did Little Black run off to? Doesn't matter, I'll find her later. Right now, I've got enough evolution points to enhance Greedy Hand. Time to upgrade. He raises his hand and triggers the upgrade. Golden and dark energy swirls around his arm. A system notification appears. Your Greedy Hand's diamond drawing skill has reached epic rank. Type, Assassin. Can be used on elite enemies to extract extra items. Previous bonus loot chance, 220%. New chance, 300%. Guaranteed upgrade in item tier. Reading this, Shadow grins. Guaranteed upgrade? Perfect. Time to gather all the light orbs. He tells the audience, For those who don't know, you need to squeeze the light orbs to extract loot. He grabs all the light orbs in his hands, laughs maniacally, and shouts, All the loot is mine! He squeezes them all at once. A bright light flashes across the entire forest. Notifications flood in. You've used Greedy Hand skill. You received 7 + 7 + 7 evolution points, total of 21 evolution points. You receive 2 and 16 + 2 16 + 2 and 16 days of tradable lifespan, likely 648 days. You've received 2 Ghost Fire Bells. These are special items, along with some low-tier ones not yet shown. Shadow is thrilled seeing the Ghost Fire Bells and exclaims, I actually got 2 of them. A new notification explains, These Ghost Fire Bells are special items. When equipped, Shadow won't lose lifespan upon death. Cooldown is 18 seconds, or 15.6 seconds for MC. It has a passive ability, Soul Absorb. When Shadow kills a monster, lifespan drop increases by 20%. With 2 bells, that's 40%. Simply equipping them increases monster lifespan drop by 40%. It also has an active skill. By ringing the bells, all enemies within a 100-meter radius are stunned for 3 seconds. Cooldown is 600 seconds, or 521 seconds for MC. These aren't considered equipment, but items, meaning Shadow can keep them in his inventory, and both take up only 1 inventory slot. Super convenient. Suddenly, Shadow receives a voice message from Little Black. He's shocked. In the message, Little Black cries, Expert, expert, hurry, come save me! What are you guys doing? Don't come here! Seeing this, Shadow yells, Little Black, where are you? Quickly send me your location. Where the MC asks, Little Black, where are you? Background noise could be heard, and she shouted, No! You all must not come here! The scene then shifts to Black Plum's side. A group had surrounded her. Their boss said, "Damn, girl, you really do run fast." Understanding their vile intentions, Black Plum began to panic. She thought, "There's a cliff behind me. If I fall, I'll die instantly. But if I get caught by them, I'll suffer a far worse death." She held her staff tightly and slowly stepped back until she jumped off the cliff. Seeing this, even her attackers were stunned. Black Plum, still gripping her staff, started falling into the abyss. The cliff was so deep that survival seemed impossible. Within seconds, a loud thud echoed, and we saw Black Plum had hit the ground. The impact shattered the earth beneath her, and with that, she lost her life. The opposing team's leader arrived and saw her body beginning to dissolve into life force. He thought, this girl really had courage. Then the scene shifts to Shadow. Black Plum, now back in town, voice called him and said, "Expert, you don't need to save me anymore. I've already died." Wincing in pain, she added, "It really hurts. But the good thing is, we gave all our tradable lifespan to Captain Warming." Hearing her voice, Shadow remained silent for a moment before saying, "All right, wait for me there. I'll come and give you your items." Instantly, she lit up with joy and cheerfully replied, "Okay, expert, you've worked really hard." Shadow ended the call and sighed deeply, saying, "This time I've really earned a lot." His tradable lifespan had now reached 3,115 days. He also had 21 evolution points. He decided to continue evolving his greedy hand skill. When he tried to evolve it, a notification popped up saying the skill had already reached epic rank, and now required 10 times more evolution points to continue. "Do you want to spend all 2 and 10 evolution points to continue evolving?" it asked. Shadow was shocked and thought, just as I expected, 2 10 points. Of course it wasn't going to be easy. He realized the higher the skills level, the more points it consumed, so he decided to drop it and evolve his attacking skills instead. The more damage I deal, the stronger bosses I can defeat and get better loot. Then, he evolved his platinum rank skill Instant Shadow Slash to Jade, and then to Diamond. This new Diamond tier skill allowed him to dash in full speed across a 27-meter radius, slashing every enemy within it 7 times. Each slash was 4.1 meters long and dealt 300 additional damage. After use, he'd enter an invisibility state for 9 seconds. The cooldown was 10.43 seconds. After evolving it so much, a powerful and pure aura started radiating from Shadow, making it feel like he had leveled up again. He spent a few more evolution points and only had 3 left. He used them to evolve his backstep enhancement skill, which was originally normal rank. It rose through bronze and silver ranks, finally reaching gold. With it, every backstep would increase his damage by 30%. Feeling the power of his new skills, Shadow said, "After evolving Instant Shadow Slash twice, its damage has doubled. Even if I don't use Stealth Mode or Stealth Break, I can still deal 3,000 damage. If I combine Stealth Break and Backstep, my 7 slashes can deal between 6,000 to 7,000 damage." He checked the system and said, "Gold tier boss loot usually contains 2 to 4 silver equipment pieces and a small chance of a gold tier item. But thanks to my greedy hand, I got 11 gold tier equipment and skill books, including 2 platinum gear and 1 platinum skill book." He reviewed all the skills and gear, saying, "Not bad, not bad. 3 of these can even be used by assassin-type players." Then, he examined a pair of glowing red dual blades. Platinum tier ghost ship dual blades, an assassin-class weapon. They increased attack by 136, agility by 22, attack speed by 24%, and armor penetration by 17. Only players above level 5 could equip them. The special effect? It doubles any normal attack's damage. Shadow said, "Normally, I only use skills to deal damage and avoid basic attacks, but this weapon's base damage is so high, and it also boosts agility, attack speed, casting speed, and even reduces skill cooldown. So it's definitely not useless." He then took out a gold tier armor, Ghost Fire Leather Armor. It added plus 25 physical defense, plus 50 fire resistance, plus 14 damage block, and increased HP by 419. Minimum level 5 required. He quickly equipped it, saying, "Even after leveling up, my constitution didn't increase. My HP was 3,850, and this single armor boosted it by 419. With this equipped, most players won't even be able to break my defense." He activated the system and said, "All right, make all my defensive equipment invisible and keep my normal assassin class appearance active." With that, his defensive gear vanished. Now no one will know what I'm wearing unless they directly check my game interface. Then he remembered he still had some skill books left. He took out one for assassin class, a gold tier passive skill named Ghost Shadow Blur. It activates automatically, giving a 15% dodge rate. When the dodge activates, he becomes immune to any damage. Looking at it, MC smiled and said, "Finally, a survival skill for assassin class. But as I recall, dodge skills are very weak in this game. It's hard to increase dodge rate. And if dodge doesn't trigger, you're in danger. But I'm different. I can evolve any skill endlessly." He learned the skill and said, "While increasing dodge rate, I won't sacrifice my other attributes. It's all beneficial for me." Then, turning back, he said, "Time to leave. The remaining gear here is for warrior, priest, and archer classes. I'll sell them to Wang Ming at 10% discount. Even if he can't afford it, knowing Warming's personality, he'll definitely pay me back later." All of this massive upgrade was only possible because of Little Black. Without her, I'd never have found the level 5 golden ghost ship. I must thank her. While Shadow was casually walking ahead, a group of goons appeared, furious at what Little Black had done. When Shadow saw them, he immediately recognized them as the ones chasing her. They too panicked upon seeing him. They shouted, "It's Shadow! Run!" Everyone turned around and fled, but their boss, being at the back, got stuck and shouted, "Idiots! Don't block me! Where are you all going?" They begged for mercy as they ran. Shadow calmly said, "You're running from me?" Then, using instant Shadow Slash, he wiped them all out in one attack. Only their leader remained, who came face to face with Shadow and pleaded, "I was wrong. Please don't kill me, brother expert. Daddy, I only have less than a year of lifespan left." But MC gave him a cold stare and said, "When you attacked others, did you ever consider your own fate?" We then heard his agonizing scream as Shadow stabbed a poison dart into his head, sending blood gushing out like a fountain. Ignoring the blood, Shadow calmly walked away. A notification popped up. "You've killed too many players. You now have 1 layer of killer status. Upon death, you'll lose 75% of your lifespan." After this, a red aura surged from Shadow, and the word killer appeared on his forehead. He thought, "No matter what, I have ghost fire bells. If I continue carelessly..." Shadow had made all his equipment invisible. so no one could tell what he was wearing. As he walked ahead, the leader from the first group he defeated approached and said, "Brother Shadow, wait a minute." He pulled out a glowing skill book from his inventory and offered it, saying, "Everything that happened was our fault. This assassin-class skill book. We bought it using our own lifespan. Please accept it, and forget everything between us." When Shadow examined it, he saw it was just a common tier skill book named Impale. It was a single target attack skill that dealt 20 damage and stunned the enemy for 2 seconds. Cooldown, 22 seconds. MC wasn't interested in its damage or rarity, only the 2-second stun. He said, "This is a control-type skill. Even if it's just common tier now, I can evolve it into something great." Taking the book, he simply said, "Fine," and walked away. His attitude enraged the group. One said to their captain, "Swans, wasn't that way too cowardly? He killed us, and we still gave him a skill book?" Another added, "We've never been treated like this. Let's gather our connections. If we all spit on him at once, he'll drown in it." Swans replied, "Do you even know how fast Shadow is growing? Without help, he's leveling up on his own. He must have a huge secret. If we find him in real life and kidnap him, not only will we get the secret, but we can use him as a slave to gather lifespan for us." Everyone cheered and said, "That's why we trust your plans, Swans." He continued, "To get info from him, I'll send a woman from my family. Judging by his voice, he's not from our elite circle. He must be poor. We'll send a professional beauty. No way he'll resist the trap." Then the scene returns to Shadow, who began transferring all the equipment he found for the girls' class. He said, "Here, Little Black, accept the trade so I can send you some gear." Excited, she replied, "Wow, expert, thank you. But I'm not Little Black. My name is Black Plum or Big Plum." But seeing the gear and skills, she got overly excited and activated her fire powers, shouting, "Yes, this is awesome! This skill, this necklace, it instantly multiplied my damage and doubled my mana regeneration." Her face lit up with happiness, and she said, "Expert, expert, thank you so much." Shadow replied, "You're welcome. I'm just fulfilling my part of the deal. Now give me the space ring." She immediately took it out and said, "Oh, right, here." Then she smiled and said, "While running from those guys, I saw an underground cave in the forest. It looked like some sort of entrance to ruins. Are you interested?" Hearing this, Shadow was surprised and thought, first the Golden Ghost ship, now this ruin. Becoming friends with her is seriously profitable. If I hadn't given her gold tier gear, she'd never have shared this info. And thanks to the space ring, his inventory now had 27 slots. Shadow asked, "By the way, where's Wang Ming? Once I sell all this extra gear, I'll check out those ruins." She replied, "Captain and the rest went to train with a new priest. They won't return soon." Then she marked the ruins' location on the map. "It's behind some bushes, a stone slab. I hid there while running, and when I lifted it, I found the entrance. I heard terrifying roars from inside and ran away. Otherwise, those guys would have never found me." Hearing this, Shadow instantly used Shadow Sneak and disappeared, saying, "All right, got it. I'm heading for the ruins now. I'll trade with Wang Ming when he returns." He disappeared so fast, the girl couldn't keep up and shouted, "Expert! Expert! Where did you go?" By then, Shadow had already reached the forest. Running at full speed, he thought, "At first, I just wanted to find a place to grind to level 10. but now that I know about the ruins, there's no need to grind. He explained that most ruins in beginner towns fall into 3 categories: tombs, cursed ruins, or temples of faith. No matter which type, they usually contain bronze tier monsters and maybe some silver tier ones. For him, they're rivers of lifespan and evolution points.